Welcome to this video. My name is Dylan De Silva. I am a hotel general manager and a business broker, and I'm the author of this book, Profitable Hotels and Motels. I'm going to share something I have experienced in my career as a hotel general manager. I've managed many hotels and many different size hotels in many places of the world. And when I was writing this book, it got me thinking, hey, what are my failures as a hotel GM and what are my success stories? And I've had my failures too because I would have done a few things wrong and been punished for it. But I've had a great set of success stories too. So when I was analyzing it, I found out that there are four pillars to a tourism accommodation business. And if you manage these four pillars correctly, or you balance these four pillars correctly, you can run a successful business. Every time I've failed, has been an issue where one of my pillars were unbalanced. So please watch till the end of this video, and I will share what those four pillars are and my experiences about it. Imagine a building that has four pillars. The building is on stilts and it has four pillars in four corners. If one pillar goes out of balance, the building will crumble down. Same way in a tourism accommodation business, if one pillar is out of balance, you lose money, you lose your net profits, and you could crumble down. So if you understand these four pillars correctly, you can balance it. So let me explain what these four pillars are. The first one being the number of rooms. Do you have 5 rooms? Do you have 10, 20, 100, 300? Yes, this matters because the next three elements can be determined by this first pillar, which is the number of rooms, which is like a fixed principle. You really can't change the number of rooms in a property you manage. And the second pillar is the occupancy, which I call a variable principle. You can change occupancy. The occupancy can run at 40, can run at 95. Based on the number of rooms, this has a big impact on your profitability. The third pillar, and one very important pillar, is your average daily rate or your average room rate, whatever you call it. It's quite important because based on the number of rooms you have and the occupancy percentage or the average occupancy, you need to have the right average room rate. It's pointless selling your rooms at 95% without really yielding or having the right average room rate. Or it is useless having your rooms empty by having your average room rate above what the market is willing to pay. So that's the third pillar. The fourth pillar is the cost of operating your business. Number of rooms, occupancy, average room rate, and the cost of operating your business. All these three elements has an impact on the cost it incurs to run your business. Now let me share an example. If you're running a 5-bedroom property suite hotel in Bali and charging $500 a night, with the labor cost, you can really afford to have in-room chefs and butlers, etc., etc. But if you're running 5 rooms at $200 a night in New Zealand or Australia, you can't really have all the perks like butlers and in-room chefs and all that because you're really not going to make money. Your cost of sales is going to be quite high. A very simple philosophy, but you'll be surprised we get it wrong many times. So my request to you is go back, have a look at these 4 pillars in your property and see whether they have the perfect balance or if they are out of balance. If they're out of balance, you'll be losing money. But you can also have a play with these 4 pillars so that you can gain yield or gain more revenue of your property. You can adjust your cost of sales, you can push your room rate a little higher, you can change your occupancy a wee bit. So hey, these 4 pillars, if you can master them, if you can understand them, you will have the perfect business model for your tourism accommodation business. Let me finish my video with one example. I ran a golf resort with 50 rooms, and one of my key business models was having tour groups. The property was quite scattered around, so I needed to use bellboys and porters to transport bags. So even though my number of rooms was 50, my average room rate was reasonable. I think it was about $190. My occupancy was about 85%. I still didn't make money because my cost of operating the business was wrong. It was out of balance. It costed me too much to have those porters. Maybe for this 50-room property, having tour groups with bags was a wrong idea. Maybe I should have run the property by promoting it to FIT or small family businesses. So think of these pillars. These are my examples. These are things which I've done wrong. There are some things which I've done right, and I'm sure you're in the same boat with your tourism accommodation business. Please leave your comments, say whether you agree or disagree, or whether you think there are more elements. And in my future videos, I'll explain in detail these elements. I'll explain to you, how each element integrates with one another, and I'll do another video on this subject. So please ensure to like and subscribe my videos. I share content about profitable hotels and motels, and more information about the book and other services are below in the links. But please join me in this journey. I'm sharing my wealth of knowledge with all the hotel schools I've been to, with all the properties I have run. I have learned by doing it. So if you watch my videos, I'll share tips of my 20-30 years of experience of running hotels, and how I think it should be done. And this will really be helpful if you're running a small to mid-size tourism accommodation business. This is Dylan De Silva signing off for now. I hope to see you in my next video for profitable hotels and motels. Bye for now.